Hello, Galactic travelers. I got one thing to say. Right? What is going on? Wow. How's everybody doing? Deep breaths. One deep breath, and then one regular breath. Conscious breathing. Man, I need to work on this one for sure. Breath is like this thing, right, that we just do, and we don't think about it. Telling yourself that I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to take a or I'm going to stop before my lungs are full, before they're completely empty, whatever it is that you consciously can connect. On our breath, we got to work on this. Me included. Staying centered. Triggers popping up like everywhere, and past life knowings coming up. Battles in the mind between these polarities for a lot of us. Battle in the mind between divine masculine, divine feminine for a lot of us, I'm feeling. Timeline jumping. Program seeing. Cosmic catapult into space. Light body activations. Eclipse coming up in like 3 days. So much going on. You know, some of us are still trying to figure out if this is even the way. You know, if you're watching my channel right now, you know, our channel, because this is our channel. This is CC, right? Let's talk about where we've came from, right? Real quick. And where have we come from? Where have you come from? Where has your soul come from? Where has our soul come from? Those, you know, these realizations and these memories have really flooded us since this eclipse. The lunar eclipse, the full moon. And then this Antares gate that we had. I mean, it flooded us with, you know, for one thing, we're changing timelines, and we're quite literally shifting into the age of Aquarius, and so we really are right now kind of floating in this nothingness. And what we're asked to do is be okay with that. And as a light being, I can say, you know, we can sit here and say this and say we're asked to be okay with that. We're asked to, you know, let our ego mind go, to let all of our past relationships go. And even though we felt like we did, or if we didn't, then something came flooding at us this week. Mine happened yesterday, or maybe it's not happened yet. Maybe it's not your, you know, I'm not going to throw anybody's, man, this is your journey. I'm just talking about what's going on with me and us. We cut all those ties, right? And we kept calling in the timelines, calling in the timelines. And we got our wish. We got our wish. And now the universe and the transits of the planets and the alignments, again, signs in the sky, are lining up to give us these different energies to help deal with this stuff and to uncover these things that have been hidden from us. And so we're learning a lot right now on individual soul level of who we are, because we were stuck in this matrix loop. And this is so important to understand, because, you know, this is the galactic perspective. We were in a loop. We were stuck in a loop. And I've talked about this because, you know, I can see this in different family and different that I've never even talked to before. Remember, you know, I have one blood relative, and it's my son that I actually know. And, you know, I've found my birth father family, and then that didn't work out so well. I didn't get to go see Graham. That didn't end up happening. I got the information that I needed about my father, and I got the information I needed about the bloodline, and I still haven't researched all of that. But, you know, Christy, the granddaughter, really wanted a relationship with Graham. And I really don't think it's going to ever happen. So you can see how, as Cosmic Christy and as a being like you and like us that is taking all this knowledge of what we are aware of the programs that we were stuck in, and we're moving past that. We've already accepted our role in all of it, and we've released it. And then we're going about our own little world, and we're like, we know that time is moving differently, and our relationships are changing, the way we communicate is changing, what we expect from other people is changing, and it's all for the greater good of humanity. And, sorry. Yet, as a human, we're like, oh God, but don't let that go. Don't let that go. I want that relationship. I want to have that grandmother figure. Well, you know, I have that grandmother figure with Goddess Mimi from the tribe, and I also have that grandmother figure within me. At this point in my soul's journey, although I would love, love, love to have that human relationship, does it define who I am if I don't? I mean, I'm 45 years old in this life, over 250,000 in my soul. So, you know, I've got tons of, you know, she's my grandmother no matter what. I love her no matter what. Am I going to get to have this warm and fuzzy relationship with her? It doesn't look like it. You know, a lot of y'all saw me go through my relationship that I got out of, and so many of the women and divine feminine, and even the divine feminine in males, right? Even the divine males, even the divine male and female. I mean, you hear me? Like, each one of us is going through this, like, why did I do that way? Why do I react like that? What do I really want? Who am I? What do I believe in? What was I taught? And you have to just let all that go. That just popped in there, so I don't know where that... I hope you like that message. Yesterday, so, you know, I woke up feeling a little, like, hungover, because the day before we did that shift, and it was profound, and really I felt like time started spinning faster. I think that, I know we're progressing, and so as we're ascending, I feel like I'm really just staying like this. But yet what's happening is that our things in our awareness are bringing into our awareness just boop, pops of, like, it's crazy, right? And it doesn't even come out of your head. For me, most of the time it's coming out of my body. Like, I just have this instant overall feeling that I'm supposed to do something, and I just, you have to trust your intuition to do it. And yesterday I got triggered really hard, and I usually don't get triggered anymore. And, you know, Venus just went into Pisces, and I really felt that. My heart chakra was just wide open, and I let information trigger me about my ex. And I even got mad at the girl who gave me the information, and even spouted off at her, which, thanks to the Creator, and thanks to my Jesus and Ascended Master Yahshua, my team and my guides, then I figured it out pretty quickly, and I apologized really quickly. But it had gotten to where I was, like, in my own little world, and one thing popped, and it was a big thing. It wasn't a little thing, okay? I mean, it was a big thing about this person who had been lying to me again, when I'm thinking, hey, I have a friend, he knows me, and this is why so many of us don't leave. But we can't, women, men, whatever, when we're in relationships and we know we're getting lied to all the time. I mean, this is the same person that lied to me so much before, right? I mean, what's new? But why am I mad? This is what tripped me out. And it took me about, so first I had to apologize to her, because, I mean, thank God she brought it into my awareness. I immediately knew that maybe not all of it was the right situation, but I also knew that I don't know who I know I can't trust. So this information came up to me. I spouted off to her. I had to apologize. I got all in my feelings. I started crying. You know, I started, oh, if you're all leaving, then where am I going to be? Even though I consciously know I don't even want that relationship anymore. It's ended. It was a karmatic relationship. I think it had a lot to do actually with the Viking and Celtics, to be completely honest with you. And man, that one's paid in full. Ching, I still care about him. I hope the best for him. We have spot conversations, but whenever I heard this information, the fact that there was lies involved is what lit me up the most. And those of us on this path, that's lying is the worst thing, right? Because when you lie to somebody, then you take away their free will, because they don't get to make a conscious decision. So this is how these lies come back into your life, into like instant karma now. So I instantly got all of my feelings. I instantly started bawling, crying, and talking with my friend who was really pouring love, and I know the transits were helping me with that, because and the universe, because I have a new friend that I'm able to share these types of conversations with, and he fills my heart with love. Don't know if I'm ever even going to meet him, right? These are these new types of relationships that we have right now. And so my point is this: I got all upset, and as soon as I dropped into that depth of that grinching emotion, man, it was hard to pull myself out. And I've been doing this a while. I ain't even gonna lie. But I did. The same day. It took me about 3 hours. I had to let it all out. You gotta let out the emotion, number one. As soon as you let out all the emotion, cry. You can't hold it in. If you're a man, I don't care, cry. You can't hold it in. Each one of us has lived and reincarnated on this planet multiple times. Our soul, we have a lot of crap that has weighed us down. And now here we are at a point of evolution. Revolution, evolution, evolution, revolution, whatever you want to call it. We are evolving. This is what we wanted. Remember? We all chose this. Remember? This has already been done. Remember? There is no time and space. Remember? We're changing the now. Remember? So then what the hell are we calling in? I was sitting there calling in freaking despair, and I just whoosh. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I know what it was. My friend sent me, it was my friend. My friend sent me a text and said, the bravest thing my mother ever did was pick me up and take me across country. And immediately in that moment, I thought, why am I even upset about this? Those timelines are collapsing. And in fact, what's even more trippy is that I can see the old me come in my old life. The old me, the one that was full of ego and when it's da-da-da-da-da right, and I'm not casting any judgment here. I'm saying what I viewed. I'm seeing a third dimensional version, fractal of me, kind of step into my old life. And man, that's trippy. But then I have to remember, they're in program. They're still in a program. So of course they're at that frequency. So of course then that's the dimension of that program. And we're free from that now. But right now what's happening is it's separating, and literally it just feels like we're kind of getting pulled apart a little bit. But you can't get angry. You can't get upset. We need to cheer. We need to scream. We need to we did it. What does it freaking matter what everyone else does? We let that stuff go. Whatever you let go on the full moon, you let it go. Make little cues to yourself. Go, hey, if this comes up, my hand's gonna itch. I have a couple that my hand itches because I tell myself, and this comes up. The light and the dark. Well, first, I met Terran. Hi, Terran. Just today, she messaged me on the channel. And so we were exchanging voice messages, and she was talking about what she was seeing in her life, the same as what I just talked about, and how every situation that pops up with her is a mirror to herself, so we can't blame. That's the whole point of all this, right? We've got to see this higher galactic perspective, and humanity is evolving, and we're realizing that none of us are any different, and our egos can't take it, is what's happening. And the light and the dark that's been drilled into your mind, drilled, is bullshit. Because balance is the key to everything. No one is the holiest of holies. No one is the most evil. There's good in the worst evil. There's bad in the worst of holies. And we've lived that saga for freaking 8 million years, especially the past, 200,000, 50,000, no, not 50,000, because in Egypt, I mean, when we had the late age of Libra, was the last time, 26,582 years is when this energy was here. But yeah, longer than that, because we didn't have consciousness. Consciousness is here. It's in the Bible, Christ consciousness. It's here. We're creating heaven on earth right now. Terran is seeing what I'm talking about. And she sent me this, and she allowed me to use it. The little girl dragged behind her a heavy weight, a ball and chain of her past. How will I ever move forward with such thing dragging behind me? So she decided she would go to the past. And poof! Then and there she was. She didn't wonder why she had done so with little more than a thought. Of course she would be able to. The task at hand had to be completed. So there she stood looking at her future, self-dragging this ball and chain. The little girl gazed in amusement at the her that carried all that weight. She places her hands on the ball and chains and began to scratch away the metal. Piece by piece, picking away till all the metal was gone. And all that was left was a balloon. The balloon was no longer held down by all the heavy metal and simply floated. The chain without weight is simply a string. The little girl gazed at her in her future. She looked so much at peace. I wish to be her again, she said aloud, which is a funny thing to say because she always had been her. The task having been completed, the little girl came back from the past into her future that was all along her present, and felt not the weight of her chains, but just the gentle tug of a string to remind her all the things she's experienced, which now sat weightless, floating in a balloon. Thank you, Terran. So beautiful. So beautiful. That little string that I got triggered with yesterday was just a reminder. Hey, you gotta clear this. Hey, you forgot about this little something over here. And at the same time that that's happening, then we're realizing how powerful we are. And we're realizing how much weight we've been dragging. And then we realize that we're the ones that put the weight on ourselves. And then we realize that only we can control it. And then we realize then there's no one to blame but ourselves. But then we realize if we blame ourselves, then we're going to stay there. That's where we've been stuck. So don't blame yourself. Don't blame anybody else. Don't blame the Illuminati. Don't blame the people. Don't blame Trump. Don't blame NATO. Don't blame Korea, Grandma, Dad. The boyfriend in high school that dumped you on prom. Come on. We are all that we need. inside. And when we truly understand that and get it, then you become the eye of the storm, and your reality is of the highest good of humanity and the highest good of mankind, and the highest timeline of all dimensions of all space and time. We have a big eclipse coming up in a few days, so I'm going to be back really soon. More changes, more joy. Just close your eyes with me really quick and just breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. That stagnant air that's just kind of hanging around. The stagnant air that's not pure, it's not fresh oxygen. All the emotions, all the junk, all whatever, bring it right here. Bring it right here. Don't blow it out yet. Now push that fire out. That's how you transmute. That's how you transmute energy. Bring it to your heart and then just let it go. And then love yourself. Can I get a hoot hoot? I'm going to be back really soon, okay? Remember, life is a circle. We're on our path. We've already made the shift. The light has won, if you want to think of it that way. But where there's light, there's dark. Where there's good, there's bad. You know, the yin-yang symbol is like this, right? But everyone thought that the circle was the whole symbol. That's not true. It's this S right here between the black and the white. This S encompasses all. Can I get a hoot hoot? I love you all of the all of the all, 'cause I am not small. Bye.